1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
Here we go, our first NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
This is it. Opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Battle in the Western Conference, the Sacramento crowd hoping to watch their Kings come out on top. And this matchup with Los Angeles, hard to believe, just the first game of...
Greg, not just tonight and not just this season, but for years to come.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Freak gets it to go, and that's not just any basket, folks. Those are his first points here in the NBA. Here's Pierce. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got his third rebound tonight.
You know, last season, DeMarcus Cousins had several triple-doubles, but with Cousins, he would have 20-plus rebounds to go along with 20 points and 10 assists. That's amazing for a big man, for any man, as a matter of fact.
And stolen by Freak. Well, with Freak, Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after. His freshman year.
And Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here, Greg. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. And some changes here for the Kings. Cauley Stein comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. Koufos subbed in for Rudy Gay. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Kings.
And they've made an effort to get to the line here in the first half, guys, and it's starting to pay off.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
They sent the pick. Crawford with the steal. .50 seconds left in the first quarter. Griffin sets the screen for Rivers. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Rivers has got his first basket.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And a wide open look for Freak. Another three for Sacramento.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
They double in with Freak. Crawford with the ball. Now defended by Cauley Stein. And Stevenson kicks to Crawford. And right away they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for them.
And that one's good.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. It's Sacramento leading by 7. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, the feeling's pretty crazy. But I know it's just the beginning. I got a lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I can be. But this is an exciting first step, no doubt.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective for most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the game. Really made a nice contribution.
Kings leading now by 7.
And former coach of the year, George Karl, making his way back into the league last season. Kings picked him up halfway through the year to kind of stabilize their coaching situation.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Johnson is out there with Lance Stevenson, and it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And what a pickup to get a guy like Karl, Greg, on their bench, as you mentioned. He's just been a winner, Clark, his entire career.
Well, he's climbing the ladder in the all-time wins category as a coach, and also he's a cancer survivor. He's overcome a battle with cancer, and that also lends itself to having great compassion and respect for George Karl.
As did his son, Kobe.
That's
Remember
right.
that? Yeah.
That's right. It was a family affair.
And the Kings will go for a different look here. Koufos checked in for Cauley Stein. Caspi comes in for Quincy Acey. Freaks checked in for Marco Bellinelli. And it's Collison in for Rajon Rondo. The Clippers also changing it up. Griffin's checked in for Johnson. Pierce comes in for Lance Stevenson. And it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick. Right wing. Freak passes to Caspi. Just 5 on the clock. He feeds it to Freak. A 3-ball. No luck. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Crawford, no one around him. And it's off from 3-point range.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Rivers, he's checked in for Chris Paul.
Austin Rivers.
And there's a minute 45 left in the first half of basketball.
And the Clippers not known for being an outside shooting team, but they take a large amount of deep mid-range twos as well as their fair share of three.
Now here's Collison, the fast break opportunity. And there's Gay. That's good on the assist by Freak. Gay's got the lead up to 13 now for Sacramento. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Griffin a screen on Gay. Pierce attacking. Koupas with the block. Griffin.
Costa Koupas. That's his first personal foul.
And an interesting byproduct of Blake Griffin extending his shooting range and his perimeter defense, Clark, his rebounding numbers have gone way down.
Well, it's hard to have it both ways, Kevin. I mean, the team needs him to keep working on his perimeter game, and if he's out on the perimeter, it makes it tougher for him to get rebounds inside.
So he can't get either to fall. Sacramento leading by 13. The drive by Collison. Gay. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And on the topic of Griffin's rebounding, there's another force that helps submarine his numbers. DeAndre Jordan. Over the past few seasons, as Jordan's boards went up, Griffin's have gone down. Now, you'd think with the 2 elite rebounders that the team would finish better than 20th in rebounding last year, but that's another story.
Rivers dishes to Jordan. Pierce with a wide open look. Again, Pierce missing.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it, and that's critical. You can shoot a few lesser percentage if you're getting more opportunities at the rim.
Collison. That's good. And the Kings lead by 17.
And back to Griffin for a minute. I think he will soon find a balance between his emerging perimeter game and his rebounding. 7.5 boards a game, far too few for him last year. He's likely to return to double-digit rebounding averages, I think, sometime soon. Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
Darren Collison. Shooting just 1.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
Shooting 100% in the quarter. They've made them all, taking full advantage at the line.
I tell you what, nice job making the most of their opportunities.
Here's Freak. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Right side, Griffin. And down it goes just as the clock hit 0.
How about the timing? An unbelievable touch on that one.
Those are the ingredients you need for the recipe of buzzer-beating magic.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair.
All right, guys. Great first half. Home fans are loving it. Still want to go over a couple of things, though. At the offensive end of the floor, it's been a very intelligent display. We're hitting our shots because we're only taking smart shots, and that's the way we want to do it. I did, however, like our on-the-ball defense. We didn't give their ball handlers any breathing room, and they didn't handle it well. We came up with some good steals. And let me touch on tempo for a second. We're not out to use the whole shot clock, but I would like to see us get set up offensively. Let's not take our foot off the pedal no matter how big a lead we got. Let's take it to them.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. A platoon swap here for Sacramento. The Clippers also changing it up. Lance Stephenson's checked in for Jordan. And it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick. The Kings were off to a hot start last year, but things certainly fell apart midway. A big factor in that was the messy firing of their coach, Mike Malone.
Yeah, really, that firing came out of nowhere to the fans and the players, and it seemed odd to fire a coach that has been leading his team to good basketball.
Freak in at shooting guard. Cauley Stein is out there with Kosta Koufos. Then there's Collison, and it's Caspi in at the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Paul against Collison. Paul outside. In the corner, it's Stevenson. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. 6 points for Lance Stevenson.
And, you know, we'll never really know the full details of why Malone was fired, but the effect it had on the team was easy to see. Kings really tailspinned out of control afterward. Not pretty. You've just got to shake off a miss like that.
The drive by Paul. To the middle, here's Stevenson. Rebound by the Kings. And here's Collison. He's got 8. Here's Freak. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
You know, the Kings, I think, will look back and realize they made a dubious decision the way they handled that coaching change. I mean, lucky for them, they were able to right things, so to speak, by landing George Karl later on. Clearly one of the better coaches in NBA history.
Crawford. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Rivers checked in. Collison kicks to Caspi. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Caspi's got 7 now in this quarter.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Johnson the screen. Pass to Rivers. Shot clock at 6. There's Crawford with the 3. Koufos grabs the miss. Outside Collison. No good trying to beat the buzzer. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Kings ahead, running away with this one. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the 4th quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. And Los Angeles guys shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. So for the Clippers right now, Luke Mbamute out there with Cole Aldridge. Then there's Austin Rivers. Then it's Pierce. And it's Prigioni in at the point. Here's Freak. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Freak's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the Kings. Amute, a screen on Curry. Here's Prigioni for the 3. And that one goes out of bounds, was touched by Pierce. Sacramento's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. Curry kicks to Freak, tries a three, and a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And that's 21 points for Freak. Over in the corner, Mbamute. It's hauled in by the Kings.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Freak passes to Curry. That's a 2 from Butler. And he's off on his first shot of the game.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open. Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Curry kicks to AC. Clock at 6. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Butler dishes to Freak. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. And Mbamute can't get it to go.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
Mbamute, a screen on Butler. It's tipped and stolen by Kufis. Here's Freak. Solid as a rock from 20 feet away. Freak's got 14 points now in the second half. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Kings.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Outside Butler, right wing. Curry passes to Butler. Outside Curry. He dishes it to Butler. Outside Curry. 5 on the clock. Butler kicks to AC. Here's Freak. And the shot no good, a bit short. For Los Angeles, they've gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Out to the wing. Here is Mbamute. AC with the rebound. AC's got 6 rebounds in the game. Outside Curry.
Move the ball. Sticking too much.
And something that's been whispered about around the NBA is expansion. We know there are some markets that want desperately to have an NBA team. The NBA might not be at 30 teams for the foreseeable future.
There's a screen. Prigioni kicks to Mbamute. Some solid defense from Butler.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Curry with it. Picked up by Rivers. Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. Curry kicks to Freak. And count the basket. He is fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Sacramento. And a switch here also for the Clippers. And Stevenson's checked in for Mbamute.
And the Kings last year could be exciting at times on offense. One way they would consistently put up points was by finding their way to the free throw line.
And that one's good. And that's now 8 points for Lance Stevenson.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Sacramento.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here, Clark.
I call them warm-up jump shots. I mean, 3 after 3. It paid off for them in the end.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And it will be a fight, Greg. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra added meaning for the players.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for DeMarcus Cousins. And the way he rebounded, he surely was a spark for the team as he was securing everything that came off the iron.
Curry kicks to Freak. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And that's now 30 points for Freak. Well, Greg and Clark, you know, the Kings led the league in number of free throws to field goal attempt ratio. Can you guys get that, Clark? I know you got. I'm looking over at Greg. He's kind of shaking his head. But, Clark, you know, in layman terms, they knew how to draw fouls.
Exactly, and with the slashers and big guys they have, sometimes they would be too much for teams, and that led to getting them into foul trouble.
Lets it fly. No good off the back of the rim.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
So it's the Kings winning this one easily. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well, I think these fans, too, Kevin, gave their team a tremendous lift. I mean, they never gave up on them. From the opening tip until the end of the game, they were in it. And that certainly helped this crew get to the W.
And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And standing by for the postgame show, let's head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, DeMarcus Cousins. We watched a marvelous third quarter from him, and he basically put the game on ice at that point. And from that point on, they were in control.
The thing I like most about Cousins is the passion he plays the game with. Maybe he rubs some people the wrong way, but I don't want my big man smiling all the time. I want my big man to be mean.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.